it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I've been away for a week, and I've been away. And so I did a little few. I had a day of just playing whilst I was away, and I did some charity shopping that I'll probably show you later in a haul video. And then I've come back and I thought, oh, I need some videos. It's Tuesday and I need a video for Wednesday. So I saw this and I thought, oh, I need to get on and finish this. And what I've done is I felt that it needed trimming off. I've felt that where it was, we might have had a problem with zipping it up. So I thought, to be on the safe side, I'm gonna take 1/4 inch off. So it was 7 inches and it's now 6 3/4. I just wanted to make sure that we wouldn't have any problem with zipping there. So I got these. Now I was just literally picked them up to chuck away, and I thought, oh, I watched Steph from Hilltop Views journals recently, and she had some clusters made with strips, and I just thought, oh, shall I make some clusters? That's what I thought. And I have been playing with, I think, was it my last video, when I was playing with my document kit. And so I've got all these little, I'm gonna have to move. I did a little bit of rearranging on my desk yesterday when I got back, and yeah, now I can't reach. So I got these bits, so I thought they would make nice little, possibly focal points on a cluster. That's just some thoughts. So yeah, that's what I thought I'd do, and I thought I may as well film it. So let's get a glue page, right, so that we don't get messy. Right, so I'm just gonna rip, I think I might rip top and bottom, and then I'm gonna bin. Completely missed my bin there. Right, let's get my bin on. This is my little bin from Razzle Dazzle Crafts. So it's not the intention that they were made for, I don't think, but now I haven't unpacked. Jez, where's your ink? Oh, it's just behind you. Yeah, so it's hard when you go away and you're sort of getting back into it, especially if you haven't unpacked everything. So just do those tops and bottoms for now. I haven't got my glue either. I've got a little bit of glue here, that'll do. It'll do. So I'm just do a little bit of glue down here. I'll stick something next to it. Stick a bit of this. We'll have a bit of this. I might do the inking after, Jez. Be easier. Oh, let's have that stripe you're showing. Yeah, like that. Oh, stuck to your finger there, Jez. Oh, nice bit of, this is nice. Quite like the, let's make sure we see the, oh, we'll put it on that side, shall we? Yeah, good idea. Oh, I forgot there was that on the other side. And then we have these really teeny tiny things, which ordinarily I'd sort of throw away, but I think I might put that behind there. You want to come off. Steph uses a glue gun. I'm really not very good with a glue gun. It might be that my glue sticks for my glue gun are so old that they're not as good as they were. don't know, but I glue gunned something. I think it was Ed's Valentine's card actually. It just fell off, so I had to re-stick it. Yeah, so we got a bit like that, and then we can just come in, make the ends. Like that. You're looking nice. Now it could be that way, it could be that way. I'm just going to leave it for now and get a few done. I'm just gonna, now I think, oh, Steph normally puts a stitch in, doesn't she? And I just yesterday, in my fiddling about, I've displaced where I keep a sewing machine, and then I was like, oh, a few things to fiddle around with, because we were just moving things in my craft room before I went away. And now I found a new place for it, so it's got a home. Well, shall we show that, or shall we show that? I don't know. Actually, I might show the other because it's top and bottom, and I think we're more likely to see it. Yeah, so my sewing machine's actually fairly handy. Let's stick it on there. Put a bit of this. Put a bit of this behind. Yeah, so I thought there's a few places in the journal that need clusters when I was looking through, so I was like, oh, you've got to make some clusters, so I thought I'd make some and bring you along. There we go, another one. So I'm just carrying on gluing together all those strips like that. I decided that I would speed it up and do a bit of a voice over. When I came to editing, I realised that I'd gone on for about an hour and 15 minutes doing this. In between time, I was like unpacking my bag as well, and just generally chit-chatting about all sorts of rubbish. And talking about what I did when I was away. So I went round some charity shops and I got a few, I got some good books, and mainly bought the books for the covers. And they were cheap. They were like two for a pound, and some of them were quite old, so I was quite happy with that. And I did I went to a jumble trail in a small town called Hadfield, and it was quite spaced out. There was like 3 areas, and I guess if you knew the areas, it wouldn't take much to go around them. But as we were just like working blind, really, that we only went to one of the areas, but I still managed to buy a couple of bits, and mainly I bought 2 pairs of trousers. And I love them. They're like sort of pantaloon, sort of Arabian Nights style trousers. Made, one of them's like a peacock print, and one's got lots of feathers. They're really nice, and so they're going to become my favourite trousers to be worn in summer and not cold weather. So yeah, I was very pleased with them. Got a good price because I bought 2 of them. So yeah, I didn't get up to much else. Sort of went to the pub with my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, and walked around town, bought a load of rubbish. Yeah, and just had a general laugh with me mother-in-law and me mother-in-laws. So that was nice, and they got to see Ed, which was important. And yeah, so I was due to go away to see family down south, but Ed was too poorly, so I had to stay. So that's me emptying my bag there. And so now I needed my brush so I could sort of ink all those edges that I'd put together there. And that sort of finishes them off really, and it's much easier than inking every side when you're doing it. So there they are already. So I'm just looking at some of my little elements that I've got in my antique document journal kit. I've got all these little elements that you can cut out. I cut them out on my Scan and Cut, saves a bit of time. And yeah, so I was just sort of like trying them out and seeing sort of how they looked and what I might use with them, changing my mind and deciding different things. And it's not necessarily how they end up, but you know, these were just me trying it out. And then I'm deciding to sew on those clusters as well. So I am going to get my sewing machine now. So that's them all sewn, and yeah, I quite like the way they look. And so now I also sewed down the cover as well, and I felt that was really important. I was worried about it not holding with just the glue, so that was me just showing you how I covered it. So then I'm looking through and deciding where I'm going to put these clusters, and thinking that I need something else to decorate it. I didn't like that thing I pulled out. I knew I'd change my mind once I was putting things in. So picking some stamps and dithering and checking and deciding no different stamps, and then eventually I go through and I do pick what I want, and that's that. So I decide to use both. In the end, it was like, yeah, all right then, I'll use them both. So I'm sticking those down there, and I'm considering I was literally going to chuck these things out. I suppose that's why we call them junk journals, don't we? I'm really pleased that I didn't, and I'm really pleased at the outcome. Yeah, so that's that there. So we need something across there. So I'm kind of having a little thought, and then I'm thinking maybe one of the bigger ones would look good. So then I decide, yep, I like the look of that, but I need something behind it. So first of all, I'm thinking I need a brad, because there was a little circle in it, sort of to make it a tag. So get me brads out and thought it'd be like, like a book plate with a brad either side. So poke in a hole in the two ends so the brad could go through. So I need to push it through and then glue it down, because I can't put it through the pocket because it's already glued down. And so I'm gonna knock them into place with a hammer there, just to flatten them a bit. So I don't want it to add too much bulk. So getting out a bit of cheesecloth there to put behind it, because I think that will look cool. So just roughly cutting that around, and then I'm going to pull some of the threads out to make it look a little bit rougher and readier, and then glue it down in place, just using some glue stick there for the cheesecloth. And then when I glue the other on top with a bit of art glitter glue, it's not going to move. I mean, I do find glue sticks quite good for sticking little bits of fabric, actually, but I maybe wouldn't trust it 100% on its own. So there, that's that. I really like how that turned out. So moving on in, deciding other places where I might put a cluster. So you get a little bit of a flip through. I will do a proper flip through there. And I'm going to do the same. Going to do the same there. I quite like having a little bit of a similar way of embellishing something appearing again in a journal. It kind of gives it continuity, and you don't need to think about it too much, because you've done one side, you do the other side the same. That is often how I roll. And there we go. I may be using too much art glitter glue on there. I don't know. I watch other people and it's like, oh, I use a bit more than that. But there we go. I don't want it to come off. So that's that one done. I didn't put any brads on that one. So now I'm thinking of adding a little cluster there on that plain flat. And as I'm doing it, I kind of think, oh, I could do with a tab really on it. So I will eventually, you will see, go and locate just the perfect bit of paper for a tab. So looking around at different things on my desk, and then I'm going there into my little scrap pad that I made. I made that on video. I had it in my basket or my bag when I went away, just in case I did some clusters or a masterboard. So it's handy, yeah, just throw in a few scraps like that. Then I've got a variety to choose from. So that's the tab. I really like it. I think it was a good choice for in there. So now I'm thinking about my other clusters where I might put them. So just much the same, just having a little decide on where I think they will look best. There's a little bit of dithering, a little bit changing mind to put them, but I really quite like them. In the end, it kind of lends a bit of continuity. Again, I'm going for a stamp in that one, and yeah, you've got a little bit of continuity in the journal with using the same scraps to make the clusters, and I think that sort of gels it all together nicely. So that's that. I have another little ideas there. Yeah, I think I do that one, don't I? Yeah, that was a quick decision. Some decisions were very quick, some were painfully long, but that's what we did in the end. Oh, I thought I changed my mind again. I clearly didn't. So we've got a couple more left, and there, decide to put one on there. Yep, I'm just saying there, I like the way the colours in that top of that receipt look, and it kind of goes well with the paper. So I will link down below to my kits if you fancy them. I've been quite overwhelmed really with the sale of them so far. You know, you kind of laying yourself up there, and I was like, oh, maybe nobody will like it, but you know, quite a number of you have, so that's great. There are freebies as well to just grab. So what I've decided to do with this one is I thought, oh, why don't I make some sort of tuck? So finally decide on that combo. So I'm just going to glue down the two sides, so it's like a belly band, and then the other label will just tuck down, but I'm going to leave it until it's dry, and I chose it because it's green and it kind of goes. So I'm going to do a similar thing here. I'm going to have a little tuck here with that blue receipt. I felt it went really well with the antique I'll get my words out in a minute, ledger page, so it's like a blue check, and I thought that went well. So now I'm thinking, oh, should I put another? So deciding to put that back and then change my mind. So I think we've got a little quick decision going on here. Found a little bit of, that's the really loose woven cheesecloth there to put under that one. Quite like that, very scrappy, and then just glue the others on. So that didn't take too long deciding that one. So I think when you've got all the bits just sort of laying around the desk, sort of like the inspiration's there, and it's easy to just sort of pick them up. That's kind of my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Why my desk is always messy. It's not a mess, it's just inspiration at hand. So now looking through, thinking, do I want to put something on there? And I go for that. One of my favourite receipts, that. So stick that one down. I like how he's looking, quite simple. So I think that's all my clusters, just double check in. And so now I'm looking at that thinking that's a bit boring and it needs something down the edges. So I'm thinking about what to do. Right, I found it. That was the lace I was thinking of. It was in the tin with making my royal journals, but I just didn't know where the actual tin was because, well, you just can't believe the state of my room. Right, so there was another thought. I thought, oh, when you open it up, it's not really the right colour. So I was thinking that one or that one. I know that's perfect for that side, but not really perfect for the other side. That was just what I was thinking. Unless I take a strip of this and have that down there, and then lace on this side. I could do that. I could do that. You could do that, Jess. Just like, yeah, you could. Right, let's just move that that way. Right, I'm gonna put a bit of glue along the edge there. Don't want to stick out too much. Because it still needs to stick. I don't want it to protrude beyond. Where's your centre, Jess? No. There, Jess. So I want it to still be, yeah, perfect. There we go. So I will just ink that a bit. And then on this side, I'm going to take a bit of this ribbon . And I'm going to just glue stick it because I think I'm going to sew it. that like that. And I'm going to sew, I think, on this bit. I was just thinking that needed something that I could sew in place. Maybe I could put a bit of ribbon down there. Let's have a look at the sort of colours. Kind of needs yellow. I've got a yellowy gingy one. Right, I know which ribbon I want, but I can't find it. So I thought, oh, why not? I'll just do a little bit of washi tape. So that's what I'm doing instead. Bit of washi. So I'm going to go along there with my glue stick. Because washi's not to be trusted. Same as glue sticks. There's two things I don't trust, and I'm using them at the same time. So I need to crease that. Where's my bone folder, Jez? This wasn't the bone folder I was meaning. It's the one I've got. Right, I am going to clean that up a little bit. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side and then sew it. Bit of washi there, not washi, glue stick there. So let's have a look at what it looks like. There, finishes it off nicely, matches with that, and then that just gives you a little bit of something extra on there. You can do the same on the other side, doesn't protrude over, and I want to do a little stitch down it, and you'll see the stitching on that side. Should be nice. Okay, so I'm going to get on and do that. So that's the sewing done down there. I did it the other side of the washi tape. I thought that looked good. And on the back there, I did add some glue to this bit as well. I just put some art glitter glue on the back of this lace so that that's down. So that looks nice in there now. And then on that side, it's all lovely and matchy. And then I did randomly go through and add some other stitching here and there. So I decided to stitch round this tag here. I didn't go all of them. I just randomly did some. I stitched in this pocket here, so we got a bit of stitching on the back there. I stitched this. What I wanted to do was I stitched this one. Oh, got bits of thread there. I stitched this one in, and I wanted to stitch round that. I did the darker one on the side of him and the lighter on the back, because that's just the way I've got my machine thread. And so then I just continued along there, and then I went round. I didn't go around the inside, so we've got little bits of random stitching. And then on her, I decided that I would just stitch down there and down there. So I've done zigzag there and straight stitch there. You can see it better on the back. The fancy took me. What can I say? The fancy took me, and that's what I did. And didn't do any more, did I? Showed you that. And that's the back end of that. You stitch there and there, I didn't stitch around the whole tag, and that was that. So that is that ready. I'll probably go through and put a little bit of original ephemera in it. I mean, I've got some envelopes there, and obviously these papers that I've used are all original ephemera, but I might I might chuck in the odd invoice as well. It's getting quite chunky now, so I don't want to be putting too much in. It's still nice and dinky. I'm going to put pocket on each of those, decorate that back, and we've got to sew it in. So I think that's what we'll do next time to get those finished off, because I think I've been long enough. So hope you like that, and hope that's given you some inspiration and some ideas, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe.